The National Weather Service confirmed a tornado touched down in Wilkes County last night. Experts say the EF1 tornado was 3 football fields wide and on the ground for about 2 miles, starting near Cub Creek Church Road. The storm produced winds stronger than 100 miles an hour. It left behind lots of damage, and it's a miracle no one was hurt. WFMY News 2's Amber Lake spent the day surveying the damage. Amber, it seems pretty widespread out there.
Yeah, it was. And you mentioned that wind, and I want to mention that wind has been kicking pretty hard throughout the day. But driving into Wilkesboro earlier today, one of the main things that you heard was the equipment used by crews that's helping clean up this mess. And many of them tell me that they're going to be working well into the night to make sure that people have power and make sure that there aren't trees in the road so people can get around. One area that's seen a lot of attention is this one right here, over here near Rose Glen Village, which is a retirement facility. They've seen a lot of crews throughout the day. 84-year-old Shirley Brandy was in her second-story apartment with her cat, and she told me that's when the tornado tore through last night.
And for me, I just said, well, Lord, I'll stay here until you have something else for me to do, you know? I'm not taking this one on myself.
Many people who live here shared the same fears. Aaron Suits says a home he owns was damaged, but no one was living in it at the time. What he was worried about was his family.
My dad was across town at a meeting, and I called to make sure he was okay. He couldn't talk right then, but he called me right back. My mom was at home alone. She lives a couple of blocks away. You know, obviously, when I see that or know that it's happening or going to happen, like really close, you know, it can be frightening.
Now it's time to clean up. Crews have been out here since this morning doing what they can to help. We've seen tree services, electric companies, landscaping, maintenance crews, and the Samaritan's Purse all out here today in Wilkesboro removing debris.
Roof damaged trees, you know, it's a lot like back on the hill here. It seems like it just came through right here.
The people's houses, you know, the trees that are on houses or blocking their way in the entryway. We want to make sure we get all the trees off safely, and, you know, so nothing else happens inside the house, you know, as far as rain, wind, damage, anything happening inside.
The National Weather Service says in events like this, in a weather event like this, it's always important to report the damage that you have on your property to local authorities as well as the National Weather Service. Live in Wilkesboro, Amber Lake, WFMY News 2.